Hi, Jeff Higley with HotelNewsNow.com. I'm here with Shah from Global Investment Group. Thanks for taking the time to chat. Thanks, Jeff. So, what are you thinking here? We're on March 19th, 2012. What's the state of the industry in your eyes?
We're quite bullish that transient demand will continue to see ongoing highs. I mean, we're going to get to a point where 90 million room nights a month is going to be the norm, and I believe that it will continue to have some successive increases, because travel for businesses has gone from something that's a discretionary spend to something that is an investment in the businesses themselves. We're a little more concerned about the growth of leisure travel, although we do believe that it's a rite of passage in terms of leisure. You'll hear a lot of people talk about what happens at $5 a gallon gas prices over the summer. And it's interesting, we had this conversation last year, gas prices were starting to inch up, and we were really concerned about energy costs and the like. You've had some folks come out, and even Fritz von Passion said he doesn't believe that it's going to have a significant impact on our industry. But we'll see. But all of that being said, we are truly at a point that is historic in that you have very consistent demand growth, and negligible supply in the offing for at least the next 3 or 4 years.
Okay, so a company like Global that has a good mix of full service, select service properties, that's also mixed between drive-to and fly-to markets. How do you prepare for gas prices or oil prices that nobody knows where they're going to end up?
And what you have to do is continue to pay attention to what are the demand drivers in an ongoing market. For us, what we tend to do is stick with markets that have been much more stable over time. And those are markets that don't only just have a good group of corporate demand, but they are in state capitals. They have major universities. They have medical research centers. And we call them EDs and MEDs. The very stable demand that doesn't get as much impacted through economic periods as do corporate and leisure travels. So that creates a base of business.
So you think about it, do you worry about it?
Yeah, look, we're in the daily lease business, right? So what don't you worry about as it relates to demand coming through, right? You're waiting for the next major disaster to happen, but at the same time, you're looking at the marketplace and you're trying to take advantage of real rate opportunity that exists based on growing demand. Every market, is only as good as its best revenue manager. And a part of it also is that we've gone through such difficult times, historically difficult times in our industry. And customers are very understanding that, there's transparency in our business. And, they're very, very, very focused about negotiating the best deal. So you got two things happening at the same time. Historic deterioration of numbers that have come through our business from a demand standpoint, but then also at the same time greater transparency in pricing. So it's taking more time for operators to feel better that they can count on this transient demand, and they can say what's happening in the offing will allow me today to price what I know can be guaranteed in terms of these group bookings.
You talked about courage a little while ago. Does it take courage to buy a hotel today, or it's just smart, right? I mean, how much courage is involved in that whole process right now, because you don't know what the future holds?
Well, it all depends, right? Every market's different. You can't look at whenever people look at U.S. statistics, it's very misleading. I'm not sure what you're getting at. You have to look at the segments, and then even within the segments, you have to look at the brands within the segments, and then you have to clearly look at the markets, because all the markets are very different. It is always going to be a business that leases their rooms on a daily basis. It's the most volatile, which I believe requires the most amount of specialization. And if you look at our world, which is in the world of private equity, investors today, major state public pension funds, university endowments, and the like, they are looking in every asset class for specialists. And for those that's what they do, and it's the only thing they do. And so there's this whole model of allocators versus operators.
So I'd say you're pretty bullish, with some caveats that there's some things that are out there that you've got to watch, but it should be a good time for the hotel industry for the next 3 to 5.
If this is your business, that you've built competencies, you've got experience, and you have the ability to have real focus in what you do, right? So a couple things. For investors, having a focus on lodging as a this is what you do is important. Second, if you're in lodging, having a focus around what niche of lodging do you focus on, and what competencies do you now have to tie to that. For those organizations, I believe it's truly going to be an exceptional time in which to be in this business.